Hello, hello, hello. It's Emma Holmes coming in from Rockstar HQ, and I'm talking about getting back into normality, getting back into work mode, getting back into the point of you being able to get a hold of your business again for whatever reason. I'm particularly talking about it today because we are in the UK heading back into school time after the 6.5 weeks school holidays. And what I hear a lot around this time of year is people talking to me about how they haven't done enough during the summer, about how they might have felt like they were firefighting all summer, like they are looking forward to getting some normality back. And there's lots of different layers and levels to this. And, you know, the first one is in at number one, right? Whatever has happened that has resulted in you not working in the same way as normal up until this point, let yourself off the hook. Number one, you must let yourself off the hook because it's happened. You can't change it. You can't go back and make it any different. That's how it's been. So whether you've had to have time off because you've been unwell, whether a family member's been unwell, whether it's children's holidays, whether you are coming out of the other end of things maybe taking a curveball and not working out how you planned, it's okay. It's okay. And just as sort of a real share on that, the last 2 weeks of the school holidays, I haven't had any childcare. It has been different to what we expected it to be on the basis that a family member has been unwell. So we've had somebody who's been unwell that we've been looking after, making sure that they're all right, as well as childcare having disappeared that I would have normally been using in order to get some work done. But it's okay. It's totally fine. You must let what has gone go, right? This isn't about you going, I wish I had, or I could have done, or I have been lazy, or I haven't managed to, or whatever it might be, right? Slate clean. Let's do that now. Slate totally clean. We don't need to think about that. It doesn't need to be a thing. Let's let that go. Now, we are then looking at, getting back into a routine, and that can feel a little bit difficult at times. And for lots of people, they can come back from holiday, they can come back from being unwell, they can come back from school holidays, whatever that might be, and they go, right, I'm ready, I'm raring to go. And sometimes it's like, but I can't do it, I can't get going, I just don't seem to be able to get going. As one thing. Or the other thing is that they're going off and we've got to go at a million miles an hour, we've got to get caught up and we've got to do everything and we've got to be back to normal all of a sudden. Right, okay, let's look at this. So we need a balanced approach to coming back to work. If we go, feels enormous, it feels ridiculous, it's overwhelming, there's too much to do, I don't want to, it feels hard, it feels then that's one side of the coin. In those circumstances, just take an opportunity to write down. Take your pen, there's a massive amount of power in a pen, and write down all of the things that that are buzzing around in your head, all of the things that you might want to work on, all of the things that you might have ideas around, all of the things that you might want to implement. And I would say that if it feels sticky and hard at first, choose the jobs that you enjoy doing. So look at, what jobs in your business bring you the most joy? What jobs in your business are the things that light you up and make you really excited? Because as soon as you can get back into that vibe and that excited zone about your business, then you are going to be able to move forward much quicker and much more effectively, and you're going to be able to start to embrace the rest of that to-do list in due course. It is important to make sure in both circumstances that you sidestep the overwhelm, and that's where this comes in. So make sure that you are writing out that list, make sure that you are putting all those ideas down. And one of the things that I've been sharing a lot recently has been about #Rockstar15. So this is the concept that if you give 15 minutes per day of attention to a particular task that you might be avoiding or that might feel overwhelming and huge and massive or whatever it might be, then over the course of the year, that is 91.25 hours. 91.25 hours by just carving out 15 minutes a day. So if you can take those tasks down to the minute and those little 15 minutes a day of implementables that will help and support you to move forwards. I do have a podcast that goes further into the whole 15-minute a day thing, so I will pop that in the descriptions box around this video so you can go and watch into that. The second thing that happens is this whole, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it all, right? And what I refer this to is, this is like you blow up a balloon, right? And you let it go without tying a knot in it. And it goes, right? I want your balloon to buoy. I want your balloon to be the balloon that stays up. I don't want it to immediately run out and, disappear off and then go crash. That is a thing. And as you approach, getting back into your work, it isn't about going all out and, working harder and getting it all sorted. It's a staged process to you getting back to where you were before, or your work routine as it was before, or you having, everything feeling like it's back under control, whatever that means to you. It'll be a staged process. So do think about it in those 15-minute tasks, because if every single day across a week, you get a little bit more back in control, a little bit more back into routine, then by the end of a week or a fortnight, you're going to feel so much better by it. Whereas if you sprint off and try and do everything for everyone and have everything sorted within the first day, you're going to end up exhausted and you're going to end up burning yourself out. And, before the month is out, you are going to be that kind of, I have no energy left, I can't do this, it's too hard, and you're going to have burnt yourself out. So it is about staging that and bringing yourself back. So if we look at coming back and getting back on the pony, the easiest way to get back on the pony is to get straight back on it. I used to ride as a child, and I remember once I was in a schooling ring and I'd taken a jump with the horse and we were going down to the end, and I'd asked the horse to go right, and at the last minute, as I was going right, the horse decided it was going left, and I fell off the horse into a brick wall and had a bleeding bottom of my back, and it was all horrible, and I remember it really quite vividly. And before I was able to be attended to, my dad made me get straight back on the horse. And, because if you don't do that thing, then it becomes a bigger thing. It becomes a bigger deal. Equally, I had my little girl at the hospital today, and she needed blood tests done. And I know that this isn't something that she loves due to a prior experience. She'd had a bit of a stabby nurse, and what had happened is that she's got a bit of a thing about getting them done, and they'd said to me, do you want to get them done straight away? And I said yes, because otherwise it will be made into a big thing. So the easiest way to get back on the pony is literally to get back on the pony, to start to do, but you don't need to do it all immediately. Think about staging it. Think about writing down all of those tasks so that they come down into those 15-minute chunks, small little chunks that you can start to implement. And as you start to implement, it's within the implementation and it's within the action that you get evidence that you can. So actually doing creates the evidence that you are moving forwards, that you are getting back into control. Don't run off without a knot in your balloon, because that is super important that we make sure that you don't end up absolutely bloody exhausted out of the other end of it. And enjoy it again. So pick up the tasks that you really enjoy doing. If it feels sticky and it feels hard, it might not be that they're the most urgent tasks. Obviously, if something is desperate to get done, you're going to have to work on that. But, pick some of the tasks during that first element of returning, being the tasks that you really, really enjoy, because that'll get your heart back in it and it'll get you fired up again and excited again and ready to embrace it. So those are my top tips of getting back to work, no matter what's been going on, no matter what's happened, and taking it at your pace. Remember, if there's anything that you would like to ask, I would love, love, love to know in the comments. If you've had any epiphanies during this video, I would also love to know in the comments. Let me know, because that would be super useful for me, and I would love to connect with you anyway, because that's just yummy and gorgeous and nice. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also that little bell that allows you to get notifications when I post a new video. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous rest of the day, whatever you are doing, and I will speak to you really soon. Bye!